The fig is not flowerless. Its secret lies within. As its bud swells into a round shape, it's like a cluster of ripe eggs, waiting for the long-anticipated tadpoles. Soon, the fig's unique aroma attracts swarms of tiny fig wasps, all scrambling to get inside. The fig has left them a special entrance, but the hole is only pin-sized. Getting in is no easy task. Luckily, their heads are shaped like tiny pyramids, perfect for squeezing through, even if it means snapping their antennae or wings, or bursting their organs in the process. The fig wasp must hurry. It has two missions: reproduce and deliver pollen. It pushes through the narrow tunnel until it finally reaches the heart of the fig, drained of all strength. Sensing the intruder, the fig cells seal the only entrance, keeping all other wasps out. The victor has beaten its rivals, but brought a hidden enemy inside. From its body emerges a transparent parasitic nematode, which hides in the fig and will later feed on the wasp's larvae. The wasp's time is running out. With rhythmic contractions, it injects eggs into the fig's hidden inflorescence. While laying eggs, its front legs busily brush around, spreading stored pollen from its thoracic pouch onto the fig's flowers, until its final breath, buried on a bed of white blooms. But just as the wasp dies, a robber arrives. A parasitic wasp lifts its thick abdomen and drives a long, sharp ovipositor deep into the fig, like a nurse giving an injection. Its needle works like high-tech medical imaging, finding the fresh eggs just laid by the fig wasp and planting its own eggs on them. When these hatch, they'll feed on the host egg alive. A cunning breach strategy, but there's one even more shameless. The ring-tailed parasitic wasp, smaller in size, with black stripes on its belly, wields an even more agile needle. Why drill a new hole? It simply uses the one just made, inserting right after the first wasp leaves, and laying its own eggs on top of the parasite's eggs. A perfect case of turning their own trick against them. A Mission Impossible style plot within a plot. Truly astonishing. So many villains want to kill the fig wasp's young, as its all-around strategic partner. The fig tree will never allow it. Ants living on the tree strike back. Every pest must be wiped out. Even snakes can't stand the bites and have to slither away. You annoying dragonfly, no landing here. And you, that green leafhopper, get lost or you're on the menu too. On the surface, the ants are protecting the fig. In truth, they're protecting their own flock. These tiny insect eggs could be a feast for the ants, but instead of eating them, they take care of them until they hatch into little plant hoppers. The ants herd them together, then drive them out to graze, just like shepherds. The fig has become a natural miniature pasture. Every ant keeps its eyes fixed on the lambs, while the lambs pierce the fig's skin and suck its sweet juices. Then the ants tap and squeeze them with their antennae, and soon a drop of honeydew oozes from their tail end. Honeydew is packed with sugars, giving the ants plenty of energy and nutrients. In return, the ants act as full-time bodyguards. Any pest that threatens their lambs must be driven away. But there's no shortage of sweet-loving intruders. The figs end up covered in wounds. Some sap seeps out and hardens into a resin-like gum, just like peach gum from a peach tree. Bees love this stuff. It's no longer edible, but it makes excellent nesting material. It's just incredibly sticky. The fig tree doesn't just feed countless insects. Even great hornbills nest inside its hollows. The female seals herself inside the tree hole, leaving only a narrow slit, through which her mate brings her food every day. Soon, faint chirping comes from within. The male grows busier than ever. Now he has 3 more mouths to feed. The female stays inside, devoting herself entirely to protecting the fragile chicks. The babies have huge appetites and grow fast. In just 2 weeks, the nest becomes too crowded. The mother pecks through the mud seal and finally flies out. Now both parents must forage together to keep 3 hungry chicks fed. But the moment the mother leaves, the eldest chick starts resealing the entrance. It's an instinctive skill, a built-in defense against predators. With the rainy season's arrival, creatures dormant for months begin to stir. Insects grow more plentiful, and the menu becomes more varied. But the youngest chick can't wait that long. Without the mother's protection, it's bullied to death by its eldest sibling. Nature follows the law of survival of the fittest, and no one can save the weak except their own will to survive. The eldest, with its stronger body, claims the feeding spot for itself. Every meal brought by the parents goes to it first. Only when it's stuffed and can't eat another bite does the second chick get leftovers. The third never gets a turn. In the end, it starves to death. The fig tree is heavy with ripe fruit, but they're not here to eat it. After the rainy season, the skies are clear and bright, yet under the tree, you still feel a constant drizzle. These cicadas are downright shameless, screeching all day long, eating and peeing at the same time, as if competing to see who can spray farther. The monkeys have had enough. Their fur reeks of urine. Today they'll take revenge on behalf of the fig tree. It turns out cicadas aren't just a human delicacy. Monkeys and hornbills love to eat them too. Cicadas have sharp mouth parts that pierce the fig tree's bark, drinking its sweet sap. The trunk is left full of holes, with sap flowing out in streams, attracting every sweet tooth in the forest. Bees and ants fight fiercely over it, while monkeys climb the trunk to lick it clean. The sugary lure draws in swarms of bees. To them, the fig tree is nothing short of paradise. As the fruit ripens, a quiet transformation unfolds inside. The once shriveled hidden flowers have all become swollen nurseries. Inside, the larvae of many different insects are silently developing. Male fig wasp larvae are the first to hatch. With their powerful jaws, they bite open holes in the nursery walls. Female larvae, lacking any breaking tools, can only wait for the males to free them. Males have no wings, tiny antennae, poor eyesight, but ridiculously large reproductive organs. Once they chew open a female's chamber, they insert their oversized organ inside, fertilizing her before she even hatches. Soon after, the female wasps emerge, climbing out through the holes the males made. They have long antennae, small jaws, huge eyes, and a pair of large, graceful wings. These natural features are built for the mission ahead. Meanwhile, parasitic wasp larvae also hatch. If they've survived, it means another life was taken for them to live. As they pull free, their slender ovipositors are revealed. With the awakening of parasitic nematodes, life inside the fig reaches a boiling point. The nematodes must seize the perfect moment to burrow into the female wasps, finding a new host to keep themselves alive. The males still have one more noble task. The flowers that didn't turn into nurseries are now fully mature and dusted with pollen. Using their jaws, the males snip the flowers and toss them to the waiting females below. The females scrape the pollen into their chest pouches, a supply they'll use when laying eggs later. If the wasps fail to pollinate, the fig cannot produce seeds. If the fig tree dies out, the wasps lose their only nursery. Like lifelong partners, neither can survive without the other. This ancient team, tens of millions of years in the making, lives in a bond of mutual dependence. The males give everything they have, living only a single day, but making their short lives count. Before death, they must carve an exit in the fig, sending the females out to carry on the great mission. Only then can they finally rest. The females stream out through the passage, spread their wings, and fly into the sky to create the next miracle of life. Meanwhile, the young hornbill that's been hiding for days is finally ready to break free. The eldest has eaten the most, grown the fastest, and built strong bones. With wings now full, it pecks open the hole in no time and slips out without hesitation. One leap, and it's already on its first flight. The parents never taught it, and the cramped nest offered no training space. Flying is simply something it was born knowing. As for whether the second chick lives or dies, the eldest couldn't care less. In truth, the second isn't ready yet. It pokes its head out, then pulls it back in. But the trouble the eldest left behind is already irreversible. Bees, drawn by the fig's sweet sap, have discovered this perfectly located tree hollow. If they can build a hive here, they won't need to fly far for food. Sweetness would be right at the doorstep. So they're desperate to claim this prime real estate. But the second chick refuses to give it up. Any intruder will be killed on sight. No mercy. It tries to kill every attacker. If even one scout bee slips away, it will release pheromones and summon the entire swarm, despite the second chick's best defense. One mistake is all it takes. The whole hive pours out, launching an all-out assault. The tree hollow hums with buzzing wings. Blood is blood. The hornbill parents refuse to give up. But no matter what they try, they can't coax the second chick out. Even food won't tempt it. With unready wings, it dares not fly. Before its death, it probably wishes it could curse the eldest, that damn sibling, for the greatest misfortune of its life, sharing the same parents. The bees have made a home here. From now on, food will never be a problem. The figs glow red and ripe, filling the air with a rich, sweet aroma. The animal's grand feast is now in full swing. Over 100 bird species love figs. They flock in, eager to peck away. When they leave, they also carry the seeds with them. This green-speckled dove is especially fond of figs. It flies more than 10 kilometers to get here, just to eat to its heart's content. Once its belly is full, it flies back to the nest and regurgitates fig juice for its chicks. Mixed with saliva, yet still delicious. The fig tree draws life from all directions. Even elephants kilometers away can smell the fruit. They can't climb, but their trunks are long enough. The only downside, their eating habits are far from graceful. Monkeys enjoy the most privileged spot. Sweet fruit, always within reach. With so much choice, they can afford to be picky. Not sweet enough? No. Too ugly? No. Has parasitic wasps? Toss it. Under the tree, the darkling beetle has been waiting patiently. It's no vegetarian. Look at those massive pincers, sharp and barbed. In seconds, it shreds a parasitic wasp into pieces and swallows it whole. Across Africa, figs are the most eaten fruit by animals. They grow and ripen year-round, unbound by seasons. Once they fall, they rot and ferment, slowly raising their alcohol content. Beautiful butterflies dip their long proboscises deep, drinking the fine brew. Don't blame me for overindulging. Blame the wine for being irresistible. They sip greedily, eyes growing hazy, slipping into a tipsy daze, until they're caught by a monkey. Only then do they realize they're in danger. Figs may taste amazing as wine, but never drink too much. Monkeys eat and toss, and even the fish in the river get to share in the feast. The swarms of big, fat fish attract the Nile crocodile. It wants to seize the chance to fill its belly. The crevice in fast-flowing water is the perfect hunting spot. It closes its eyes, opens its jaws, and waits for fish to swim right in. The moment something touches its mouth, it snaps shut. Drifting figs often trigger false alarms, but they also lure in big fish. The Nile crocodile is patient, and patience brings luck. Some fish eat figs, and if by chance they die on shore, fig seeds take root again. The rotting fish flesh becomes the perfect fertilizer. The fig feast continues into the night. The fruit bats arrive late, but gorge themselves. Each night they eat up to half their body weight in fig pulp. They drain the juice, swallow it, and spit out the fiber. With so much fig juice, they constantly need to pee. You've probably never seen one actually go to the bathroom. So here comes the show. Even its droppings are sweet.